Hi and welcome. The purpose of this video is to help you maximise the value of your business when you come to sell it. And it'll be particularly beneficial for those of you who are owners of businesses worth between $50 and $300 million, though the principles apply for larger businesses and indeed smaller businesses, but it'll be most benefit for those of you in the $50 to $300 million range. So, three things we're going to cover. What are the drivers of valuations for purchasers? What is the absolute fundamental driver of that, which will give you the greatest insight into maximising the value when you come to sell it? And then where to focus your efforts to have maximum impact. So that's the topics. I should have grabbed a disclaimer video element at one point. I see it now in my notes, but you should go and see your auditors, your accountants, your tax advisors, your legal authorities. I'm not an expert in jurisdictions around the world, so clearly you need to have those as your advisors. But the aim of this video is to help you maximise the intrinsic value of your business so that you can sell it for as much as possible when the time comes. So, quick intro. I'm John Core, and my mission is to help owners maximise the value of your business. It's a fairly simple mission, but I think it's a great one, and hopefully the next few minutes will be incredible value to you. So I'm going to put some notes below on the video, some tools maybe that you can follow to help guide your efforts. This will be we'll have a series of more detailed videos on each of the elements to help you maximise the value. But let's go with a key introduction so you can see what makes up the value of your business and where you should focus to drive that value. So let's go through the classic valuation model. Now there are lots of different models out there, some from multiples of revenue and sales or EBITDA or whatever, but they're all fundamentally based on a view of how much cash your business is going to generate in the coming years. And then that's either discounted for risk or bumped up for attractive growth options, or maybe sexy factors like AI, currently a very sexy topic in technology companies, or there's massive interest in the sector. So let's go through them each in turn. The classic one, your profits. So the example here, I've got a company that's making $20 million per year profit EBITDA. The second element is the time. At the moment, it's probably judged over 12 or 15 years for most businesses, service businesses. That time period is compressed if you're in a smaller business or one like retailers, shopping malls, anything that's in the way of the media empires that are growing of Google, Facebook, Amazon, etc. That period comes down. But if you've got the AI breakthrough of the century, that will go up higher. So you then have the third element, the terminal value. The larger your business, the more terminal value there will be ascribed to it. So the base valuation is based on the forecast over a set period of years. Work that out. And then they add in a terminal value. We'll come on to what drives that a little bit later. The fourth element is then decreasing that valuation for risk. So if you're in a particular sector where growth is declining, say media properties, anything that are in the way, as mentioned earlier, the Google, Facebook, now Amazon advertising, or retailers in the way of Amazon, that valuation is going to get compressed. And the risk, because the risk of the cash suddenly disappearing goes up, and sadly the valuation comes down. But the fifth element can be a multiplication factor. So the sexier we can make your business, and come on to some of the other factors that we can add in to put a bit of a multiplier on the value of the business. But fundamentally, the core valuation methods are all mechanisms to try and estimate the value of the cash that is going to be generated by your business for the new owners, and then they have to weigh that up against how much cash it's going to cost to buy them from you and work out whether that's a reasonable risk-return ratio that they feel comfortable with. So let's talk about those are the factors, and I'll give you some notes on, as it were, the arithmetic of that for you. But probably of more interest is where should you focus? So the key thing to consider is growth. So that will impact the terminal value, but it will also push out the time period or the multiplier that they're willing to put on your business. And of course, if you can get some growth, that will increase the profitability and the time period, and potentially you add all this new value to the value of your business. So, great that we've covered all the factors that are going into the valuation of a purchaser, but as an owner you're probably thinking, John, cut to the chase, tell me what I most want to know about turbocharging the valuation. So one thing for you to really hone in on, and we're going to expand on this in future videos, is that 1% of sales adds to the value of your company, around an extra 1% of sales growth, adds to the value of your company. But 1% of growth can be worth 10 to 20 times more to you. So great that we're going to think of ways to add to your sales and improve EBITDA that way with profitable growth. But even more importantly, how can we either add 1% to your growth factor, which I think is eminently possible, or if you're in a declining industry, if you're in newspapers or conventional retail, etc., which newspapers are on the slide, how could we hold up the decline of those and reduce the risk discount of potential purchasers? So, all about growth, that is the most important factor, and we're going to elaborate that in a number of strategies on that in future videos. Hope you found that helpful. I'm going to put notes on the calculation and the factors below the video. You don't have to send me your email or sign up to anything and then get bombarded with rubbish for the rest of your life, which tends to be an internet phenomenon. Just watch the videos. If you have a question, just drop them in the comments. So that would always be helpful. You could even go onto LinkedIn and ping me a message on LinkedIn if you can find me there. That's under John Core. I'm in London, so fairly easy to find. Either way works. So let's wrap it up. What can we say? If you like the content of this video and you think it would be of value to you to see if there are ways to turbocharge the valuation of your business when you come to sell, you can always go to johncore.com, have a look at some of the content there. If you like what you see, there's a small form on the front when you're ready. Just fill in your details, press the send button, and either me or one of my team will be in touch to arrange a mutually convenient time. I'm over here in London, so that's 5 hours on from Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour behind our friends in the European continent, or well, most of them that are on Standard European Time. Lovely Portugal and the Republic of Ireland share the same time zone as the UK. So, johncore.com, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, do click a like and a share. Even better, put a comment in. Even better, if you've got a question around valuations and growing the value of your business, send me a comment, pop a comment in below, and I will answer it there. If you want me to contact you again, go to johncore.com, fill in that form and ping me a message to get in touch with you at a mutually convenient time. Once again, thank you for watching, and I look forward to you joining on the rest of the video series where we go deep into a number of these topics on the very exciting topic of how can we make your business more valuable when you come to sell it.